bu 15th summit bi nga xam ne mooy xew fii ci biir réew Gambia mu di réew Gambia suñ président Adama Barrow moom dina gaaral kàddu gannaaw moom Islamic Development Bank groupe bi nga xamante ne ki ko jiite moom it dina gaaral kàddu bu ko defee secretary général bu Gulf Cooperation Council moom it dana gaaral kàddu ñu daal di ko ndar keppale ki nga xamante ne réew bi nga xamante ne lañ jagleel summit bi ñu dëppee leen special guest moo di réew China ñoom it danañ gaaral kàddu bu ko defee gars yi dem noppalu break ñu daal di tàmbali li nga xamante ne moo di liggéey bi ci boppam ndax du rek ne rek dañoo dajee di waxtaan déedéet waxtaan bi dafay ànd ak liggéey te gannaaw break bi la gars yi di def liggéey boobu leen waaye balaa ñoo continuer ci li des ci schedule bi yaa ngi doon wax ci taarixi Gambia jaar-jaari Gambia ci OCI summit bi yaa ngi doon tàmbalee ci ki nga xamante ne moo di Sir Dawda waaw te xam nañ ne Sir Dawda moo ñu yóbbu OIC julli
yóbbu nañu si bref yu bari loo xam ne daal ñoo xam ne daal yu am solo la yóbbu nañu si ECOWAS moom moo tamit dafa nekkoon si ñoo xam ne daal bokk nañ si ñu nekkoon si AU summit bi tamit ñoom ñoo lal foundation bi Sir Dawda Kairaba Jawara ak ñeneen ñu fi nekkoon so lii nekkul loo xam ne daal lu ees la si ñu ndaxte bokkoon na si comité boo xam ne daal dafa amoon solo moo nekk peace committee time boobu noonu kon nuñ ko waxee rek time yi Iraq ak Iran woo bi mu nekk lu am solo time boobu noonu moom moo nekkoon chairman peace committee bi play na a very important role pour make sure ne mu saxal jaama si Iraq ak Iran léegi gis nañ ne after moom bu mu fa jógee still foundation boobu noonu because foundation bu mu fa defoon dafa strong trop moo taxit loolu noonu war a continuer tey ba jur lu mel ni OIC summit bi tey ñu ngi ko host moo nekk di 15th edition of the OIC summit mu nekk lu am solo ndaxte ndaje world leaders yu bari kilifa yu bari tey ñu fi teew si biir Gambia pour ensure ne ñu waxtaanee loo xam ne daal moom mooy saxal jaama si biir Gambia waaye du biir Gambia rek si àddina si surtout si muslim umma bi mu nekk loo xam ne daal eso dafa am solo torop xam nañ ne dëgg la ñi ñu ngi wax ne affaire bi bu mu dooree yaaga na organisation bi depuis 1969 yaaga na léegi depuis 1969 ba léegi loolu mu ngi am 55 years yaaga na yaagul waaye pour saxal jaama si dëkk wala su réew surtout si continent nekkul loo xam ne daal lu easy la dafa nit collaborative efforts pour ñëpp ñu booloo ñeeka benn ñu am benn gis-gis ñu mun a saxal jaama si biir àddina si waxoon naa ne comme tey dëgg la li ndaje li islamique umma la waaye ndaje boo xam ne la dafa amal solo even the UN Security Council the UN General Assembly ñi yëpp daf leen amal solo dafa amal solo AU summit bi dafa amal solo even ECOWAS ndaxte tey suñ amutee jaama su saxut si muslim umma bi wala si muslim world bi si Middle East wala jaama saxut si Gambia pour ñu mun a dem dina jafe pour ñu mun a développer dina jafe pour ñu génn fii xiif dina jafe pour ñu génn pour ñi ñi ñu mun a jàng ñu xam lu ñoo nekk di jàng dina jafe pour génn xeex fii xiif dina jafe so pour ñu for rek ñu booloo bokka bokka gis-gis pour ensure ne peace mu mun a sax si àddina si le ndaxte lu dul peace lu dul jaama rek neen la lu dul jaama rek du dara jaama rek a nekk rek loolu rek a tax ñii ñu war a dajee fi tey te waxoon nga ni sànqa Palestine ak Israel woo bi mu nekk loo xam ne daal yaaga na fu mu nekk ni depuis bu mu dooree last year gis nañ ne around 30,000 nit yoo xam ne daal faatu nañ si ñàkk nañ seen bakkan mu nekk loo xam ne daal lu yéeme la gënalut kenn waaye tamit nag pour dialogue moo taxit daal comme noo ko waxee woon si gannaaw sànq rek moo nekk theme bi enhancing unity ak solidarity through dialogue for sustainable development foog naa jot na pour ñu waxtaanee mbiri sustainable development an sumaana ndaxte lu tax ma ne jot na dëgg la am nañ ay plan of action for the past years sustainable development goals yi ñu fa te 2030 lañ target fu mu nekk nii pour ñu mun a achieve lii waaye lu gën a am solo mooy duñ ko mun a achieve surtout fekk benn dëkk mu fa te mu ngi am xeex benn dëkk su nekkee di am xeex rek wala fitna mu nekk si benn dëkk rek sustainable development goals yi dafa mel ni ba léegi duñ ko mun a réalize foog rek àddina si yëpp mun a am jaama àddina si yëpp am lu ñoo lekk àddina si yëpp mun a am dal am jaama mun a am kaaraange bu wér am mun a am jàngoro yi ñu génn fi time boobu la ñoo mun a am achieve the sustainable development goals te xam naa ne tamit OIC bi dafa am rôle
shared vision of a peaceful, prosperous and equitable future for all. In this context, it is essential to address the prolonged conflict in Palestine, and the devastating wars in Gaza. Those encounters have caused endless human suffering for over 75 years. Certainly, the plight of the Palestinians is a matter of grave concern, not only to the Muslim Ummah, but also to the entire world. The ongoing violence, instability in the region, and humanitarian crisis in Gaza continue to make the prospects of peace remote. In fact, the hostilities pose a serious threat to regional stability and global peace. I call upon member states to take decisive action to address the root causes of the conflict and work towards a just and lasting solution. This will include convening a comprehensive peace conference for all stakeholders to negotiate a settlement that provides for the rights, dignity, security, and sovereignty of the communities affected. In our view, military action is not an option. Rather, we endorse a peace accord based on a two-state solution. This proposal is to guarantee both states the rights to full sovereignty and self-determination. Further, we affirm the need to enable the Palestinian people to regain their legitimate national rights, as recognized by the international community through its recognition of a state of Palestine within the 1967 borders, with Al-Quds and Al-Sharif as its capital. At this point, allow me to comment and express our gratitude to His Majesty King Mohammed VI, Chairman of the Al-Quds Committee, for his strong commitment in defending the Islamic character of the holy city of Al-Quds Al-Sharif, to maintain peace and lasting peaceful coexistence in the entire region. As leaders of the Islamic world, we must seize this opportunity to chart a new course towards peace and reconciliation. Let us recommit ourselves to the principles of justice, equality, and mutual respect. Act collectively to end the suffering of the Palestinian people and build a future of peace and prosperity for all. I commend South Africa for its recent decision to take Israel to the International Court of Justice, following in our footsteps to seek justice under the Genocide Convention. This bold move illustrates the collective commitment of the international community to the principle of justice and human rights. It sends a powerful message that impunity for grave violations of international law, such as those committed against the Palestinian people, will not be tolerated. We stand in solidarity with South Africa and all those who advocate justice and accountability, and we pledge our support for their efforts to seek redress for the victims of atrocities committed by Israel. Your Excellencies, I am proud to state that in its capacity as chair of the ad hoc OIC Ministerial Committee on Human Rights Violations against the Rohingya people, the Gambia is actively pursuing the legal proceedings filed against Myanmar in the quest for justice and accountability. We consider it an obligation to stand in solidarity with the oppressed and vulnerable populations and champion the cause of human rights in accordance with the principles of the Genocide Convention. The legal case of the Rohingya pursued by the Gambia at the ICJ boldly represents concerted international effort to address the ongoing human rights crisis in Myanmar and ensure accountability. The Gambia's initiative has received widespread support. Numerous countries, human rights organizations, and legal experts endorse our action and call for justice for the Rohingya people. I invite member states to contribute towards meeting the legal fees for this legal battle and urge that we stand in solidarity against oppression and atrocity. Your Excellencies, under the Gambia's chairmanship of the OIC, agreed strategies and initiatives will be implemented to promote solidarity, unity, and problem solving among member states. The approach will aim at advancing the organization's main objectives. The Gambia is thus willing to enhance dialogue, cooperation, and mediation to resolve conflicts among member states. Excellencies, unfortunately, underdevelopment characterizes many member states. Hence, poverty, inequality, and natural disasters make humanitarian assistance and development aid necessary. The need is also obvious for significant capacity building and technical assistance to address the governance, healthcare, education, and infrastructure development requirements in certain member states. By addressing such development challenges, peace and stability would be guaranteed. With peace, the organization can promote the rich Islamic cultural heritage and values through cultural exchange programs and educational initiatives. In the process, we can proudly showcase our Muslim identities worldwide to promote peace, understanding, and solidarity. Esteemed delegates, we live in a world that requires religious tolerance, which does not imply abandoning one's beliefs or values. It is simply a means of promoting peace, understanding, respect, and dialogue within the Muslim world and across communities and religious groups. Additionally, member states should promote and increase economic cooperation and trade among themselves. This has the prospect of showcasing the shared values of the Islamic Ummah and sharing the blessings Allah has bestowed on many of our member countries. Such strategies could equally contribute to fulfilling the aspirations of young people in search of better livelihood. It is wise as well that we harness our diversity to devise strategies that respond to the demands of change and reform. But this must be informed by our noble values, ideas, and objectives. In conclusion, let us reaffirm our commitment to justice, equality, and mutual respect, and redelegate ourselves to the honorable cause of advancing the interests of the Muslim Ummah and humanity. May this summit serve to fulfill our vision of unity and solidarity through dialogue and sustainable development, and act as a catalyst for positive change to pave the way for a world of peace, security, and prosperity for all generations. I pray also that the future is filled with joy and marked by reconciliation, harmony, and progress for the OIC, the Muslim Ummah, and humanity at large. I thank you for your kind attention. I now give the floor to the President of the Islamic Bank Group.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أفضل
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Pray and peace be upon the Holy Prophet and his companions and families. President Adama Barrow, President of the Republic of Islamic of the Republic of the Gambia, chairperson of the Islamic Summit, and Ibrahim Taha, Secretary General of the OIC, Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I am delighted we at the Islamic Development Bank to participate in this great summit, and I would like to express my deep gratitude to His Excellency Adama Barrow, President of the Islamic Development Bank, and to the government and people of the Gambia for the warm welcome and generous hospitality that we have received, and for the arrangements they have made in connection with this summit. I would like to express my deep gratitude to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia under the leadership of the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman Ibn Abdul Aziz, and his crown prince Mohammed bin Salah. May God protect them for their generous hospitality and their directions to the Islamic Development Bank and the OIC, as well as other organizations that serve the Ummah. And this continued support plays an important role in the enhancement of peace, harmony, and sustainable development in the world. And the Islamic Development Bank expresses its sadness at the destruction that is being afflicted on the people on Gaza in terms of especially plight, and express its condolences to the victims and express its solidarity with them during this difficult time. So we express our solidarity with countries that have been afflicted with natural disasters recently, and also that are affected by various conflicts. And the Islamic Development Bank is determined to provide effective assistance to efforts to reconstruct these various affected or devastated areas. Your Excellencies, Highnesses, Excellencies, your institution, the Islamic Development Bank, last week celebrated its 50th anniversary under the theme Pride of Our Past and Believe in Our Future, and is a requirement for progress and solidarity. And a celebration of 50 years of solidarity and cooperation is a source of transformation. So the financing provided by the Islamic Development Bank since its inception up to 2023-24 has exceeded $282 billion US. We uncovers or comprises 11,000 projects in all development sectors. And one of the major lessons that we have learned during this journey is that there is a solid link between peace and development, and the right way to ensure sustainable development is to ensure an environment of peace, stability, and social security. So sustainable development and social development in general are a pillar of peace, stability, and harmony. So the success of the Islamic development in ensuring change and transformation in countries of our or people of our member countries, and the rating, the AAA rating provided by rating agencies is a success that is due, after the grace of Allah, due to your own support, you member states of the IDB, for your continued support. And it is worth noting that the cooperation that exists between various member states have played an important role in our collective success. So in this regard, I would like to commend the OIC for ensuring and promoting unity through sustainable development and dialogue, which is the theme of this year's conference. And the Islamic Development Bank is is ensuring that it continues its cooperation with the Organization of Islamic Cooperation in order to ensure the success of this conference or this summit. Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, I am delighted to announce to you that one of the major outcomes of the annual meetings of the IDB, the annual meeting of the IDB last week, in coincidence with the 50th anniversary of the Islamic Development, is a declaration in Riyadh, and under that declaration, the Board of Governors has made a declaration to provide continued assistance to the IDB, and that is to achieve the noble objectives of the IDB, and this is the most important step that ensures its future. And under these directives, the Board of Direct Governors has urged the IDB to do the following. First of all, to continue to improve the organizational chart of the Islamic Development Bank Group in order to achieve the ideal levels of performance and financial sustainability. Number two, to provide consistently loans through various institutions that will ensure mobilization of resources in order to meet the financial needs, increasing financial needs of member states, especially the least development member states. Number three, increase the grants through partnerships and international fora that ensure the supplementary resources that will meet the development needs, increasing development needs to help vulnerable segments of our society in our member states and Muslim communities, especially when it comes to disasters and hardships. Number four, to come up with a strategic approach of the IDB with regard to the Islamic finance sector, especially when it comes to sukuk, and to broaden the Islamic financial capital markets, international and regionally. Number five, to ensure to come up with a strategy when it comes to cooperation or South-South cooperation by enhancing partnership and the exchange of expertise. In this regard, Your Excellencies and Your Highnesses, we look forward to your continued support to the Islamic Development Bank, and we will continue our mission so as to strengthen at the end of the day the collective prosperity of the Ummah and its citizens. Thank you to all of you, your heads of state. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. We thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you. I now give the floor to Secretary General of the Gulf Cooperation Council.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And prayer and peace be upon the Holy Prophet, our Master Muhammad and his household, Your Excellencies, Highnesses, dear participants, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh. I would like at the beginning of my statement to express my deep gratitude to President Adama Barrow and to the government and people of the Republic of the Gambia for the warm welcome and generous hospitality in its effort to host the 15th Islamic Summit, which ensures dialogue and solidarity in order to ensure sustainable development. So at this juncture, I would like to express deep gratitude continuity to the previous chairmanship ensured by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia that conducted the organization ably in order to ensure Islamic solidarity in all areas. Your Excellencies, Highnesses, and Highnesses, we are meeting today at a time when the world is going through many developments, and among these critical developments, the Islamic organization, Islamic Sommet, and other organizations are trying to overcome the various developments in our region. The common or joint challenges, or the challenges that we face, is to overcome the difficulties that we face, especially under these circumstances when Gaza and Palestine are coming under difficult serious aggression. And also we can commend the extraordinary summit held by the Arab League in Riyadh last year, and from which stemmed a ministerial committee that informed and exposed to the whole world the plight and suffering of the people in Gaza when it comes to the protection of civilians during this period. And we commend the effort of this committee in order to put an end to aggression in Gaza, and also in solidarity with Arab positions in the Gulf and everywhere. And today, we, after 211 days, after 12 during which the plight of the Palestinian people has increased, and under the occupation of Israeli forces, over 32,000 children and women have been suffering, and there are over 5,000 casualties. And this affects and threatens our stability in the light of all crises that take place in the Middle East. So this Israeli occupation and also aggression requires from us to be committed to collective action in support of the people of Palestine and their rights. So in this regard, we would like to confirm the important role that our organization is playing in the interest of peace and stability and the fight against terrorism that threatens international stability. So here we can indicate the relevance of the Security Council to host and organize international conference to ensure stability in the entire world. So because of all these difficulties that face, we have to promote the peace of solidarity. We should ensure solidarity and stability among us. Your Excellencies and Highnesses, based on the theme of this summit, that is solidarity and peace, in order to ensure solidarity and dialogue, we have to shed light on the importance of sustainable development in the agenda of the Gulf Cooperation Council and the Organization of Islamic Conference. This requires from all of us joint action in order to overcome the challenges, economic challenges that affect our countries and peoples. So in this regard, we should consolidate cooperation in science and technology in order to support sustainable development projects. And since the youth are the backbone of the Muslim Ummah, in this regard, we should provide all support to them through education and training, and provide employment opportunities for them, and boost their capacities. And through that, we can ensure strong societies that can participate effectively in the international arena. Your Excellencies, Your Highnesses, I would like to conclude my statement by drawing your kind attention to two important issues. First of all, the members of the Gulf Cooperation Council are proud of their belonging to the Muslim world at all levels, and it will extend a hand of cooperation to all Muslim countries because it believes in the importance of this generosity and this to strengthen these ties and relations based on our religion. And number two, I would like to commend the major efforts that are being made by the Republic of the Gambia, especially when it comes to hosting this summit that promotes the values of our organization. Let us all work for the unity of our Muslim Ummah, governed by the spirit of peace and stability. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you for that speech. Now I give the floor to the Chief Guest of Honor, representative of the People's Republic of China's President.
尊敬的阿达玛巴罗总统，尊敬的塔哈秘书长，尊敬的伊斯兰各国领导人，感谢巴罗总统邀请出席伊斯兰合作组织首脑会议。中方高度重视发展同伊斯兰世界的关系。习近平主席专门委派我作为他的特别代表出席此次会议。首先，我谨宣读习近平主席致会议的贺电。值此伊斯兰合作组织第15届首脑会议召开之际，我谨代表中国政府和中国人民，向大会致以热烈祝贺。伊斯兰合作组织是伊斯兰国家团结自主的象征，为加强伊斯兰国家合作、维护国际公平正义做出了重要贡献，我对此高度赞赏。中国同伊斯兰世界，中国同伊斯兰国家国际公平正义做出了重要贡献，我对此高度赞赏。中国同伊斯兰世界，中国同伊斯兰国家是好朋友、好伙伴，友谊源远流长。近年来，中国和伊斯兰国家在涉及彼此核心利益和重大关切问题上相互支持，务实合作，成果丰硕，友好关系不断提质升级，树立了南南合作的典范。当前，百年变局加速演进，中国同伊斯兰国家团结合作的战略意义更加突出。中方愿继续同伊斯兰国家一道，赓续传统友好，增进政治合作，深化务实合作，扩大文明交流，共同践行全球发展倡议、全球安全倡议、全球文明倡议，为推动构建人类命运共同体做出更大贡献。预祝本届首脑会议取得圆满成功。中华人民共和国主席习近平2024年5月4号于北京。以上是习近平主席的贺电。女士们、先生们、朋友们，中国同伊斯兰国家传统友好，双方同属发展中国家，同怀和平发展的心愿，是推动各自国家发展的好朋友，维护世界公平正义的好伙伴。面对世界之变、时代之变、历史之变，中医要传承历史友谊， 加强
Islamic world
团结合作，
should carry
推
forward
动
our
双方
traditional
关系
friendship,
不断迈上
enhance
新台
solidarity
阶。
and cooperation, and
我
constantly
们要
elevate
坚
our
持
relationship
独
to
立
new
自
heights.
主，
We should
深化
uphold independence
双方的
and
战略互
depend
信。
strategic mutual trust.
中方坚定支
China
持
firmly
伊斯兰
supports
国家
Islamic
自主
countries
探索
in
发展道路，
independently exploring
愿同一方
development paths.
共同捍
And
卫
stands ready
不干涉
to
内
jointly
政原
safeguard
则
the，principle of
相互
non-interference
支持，
with
彼
Islamic
此
countries,
维护国家
support
核
each
心
other
利益
in
和
safeguarding
民
respective
族尊严。
core interests and national
我
dignity.
们要加强互利合作，
We should
促
strengthen
进
mutually
发展
beneficial
振兴。
cooperation, promote
中方
development
愿
and
同一方
revitalization.
高质量
China
共
is
建
ready to work
“一带一
with
路
the Islamic countries to ”，
加
promote
强
high-quality
发展
built
战略对接，
cooperation, enhance
全方
synergy
位
of
开展
development
能源、
strategies,
经
carry
贸
out、cooperation
基
in
础设
fields
施
such as、
人
energy,
工智能
trade,
等领域
infrastructure,
的合作
AI,，and
打造南南合作的样板。
for South-South cooperation.
我们要扩大文明
We
对
should
话，
expand
坚持
intercivilizational
包
dialogue
容互
and
鉴。
commit ourselves
中
to
方愿同
inclusiveness
伊方
and
扩
mutual
大
learning.
人员往来，
China is ready
增
to
进
expand
人文交流，
exchanges and
共同
communication
反对
with
所谓
Islamic
伊斯兰
countries.
恐
We
惧
should
症，
jointly oppose
反
the
对把
Islamophobia,
恐怖主义
oppose
同
linking
特定的
terrorism
民族
with
和
any
宗教
particular
挂钩，
ethnic group or religion,
共同弘扬
and carry
全
forward
人类的
the common
共
values
同价
of
值，
humanity,
树立
and
新
set
时
a
代
fine
文
example
明交
for
流的典范。
civilizational exchanges in the new era.
我们要推动持久和平，
We should promote
实
lasting
现
peace
普
and
遍安
pursue
全。
universal security.
中方愿同伊方一
China
道，
stands ready
探
to
索
work
符
with
合发展
Islamic
中
countries
国
to
家
explore
根本利益
solutions
的
to
热点问题
issues
解决之
and
道。
best serve the fundamental interests
这
of
里我特别
developing
指出
countries.，
加沙的冲突
The conflict
已
in
延
the
宕
Gaza
了
Strip
200
has
多天
dragged，on for more
造成了
than
大规模
200
无辜
deaths,
平民
causing
的
heavy
伤亡，
civilians casualties
导致了
and
严重
severe
的人道主义灾
humanitarian
难。
disasters.
面对严
Facing
峻
the grave
形势，
situation,
中方主张
China
立
calls
即
for an
停
immediate
火止战，
ceasefire
保护平民的安全，
the fight
缓解人道的危机，推动
alleviation
政治解
humanitarian
决。
crisis and a political settlement.
中方支持建立以
China supports
1967 年边界
establishment
为
of
基
an
础，
independent
以
state of Palestine
东耶路撒
that
冷为
enjoys
首都
full，sovereignty
享
on
有
the
完
basis
全
of
主权的独立的
1967
巴勒斯坦国，
and with East Jerusalem
支
as
持
its
巴勒
capital.
斯坦成为
We'll
联
continue
合
to
国
support
正式
concerted
成员
actions
国。
and a strong voice
中方将继续支持伊方在巴勒斯坦问题上采取
and work
一
with
致行动，
countries.
发出有力的声音，并同伊方一道推动巴勒斯坦问题早日得到全面、公正、持久的
We will work with the Islamic world for an early, just, and sustainable solution to the Palestinian question. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, this summit is themed with enhancing unity and solidarity through dialogue for sustainable development, which mirrors the common aspiration of the Islamic countries to seek strength through unity, to develop and
中
revitalize.
方对此高度赞赏，
China
再次
highly
感
commends
谢
them.
邀请中方
Once again, I want to thank you for inviting China to attend the OIC summit, which reflects the common aspiration of China and the Islamic countries of respect and trust for each other, and reaching out for each other. China will continue to work with Islamic countries, contribute to peace and development of Islamic countries and the whole world.
预祝会议
I
取
wish
得
the
圆
summit
满
a
成功
full success.
谢谢各位。
Thank you.
We have now get to the end of the opening session. Now we will take a break for 15 minutes and we continue with our closed door sessions. Thank you.
I think now after the session I will take a seat at my place. Maybe this.
بخير الحمد لله صافي بس